Every day we throw a lot of edible food in Norway. We are throwing over 300,000 tons of food a year. Food stores are one of the worst food wasters. But customers are the worst offenders. I've asked people in the street to evaluate their awareness of food throwing from 1 to 10.
4, maybe 10, 9.
I would probably say 8, maybe 9.
I think about 7, maybe 8.
I would say a 7.
The organization Future in Our Hands work for us to have a more environmentally friendly consumption and invites to a meeting where the theme is Norway's food waste habits.
We probably are very good at wasting food in Norway simply because we have a good economy and people in general have a lot of money. We tend to spend quite a smaller part of our salaries on food, which is probably why we don't really value the food as much and why we waste it.
Vi vet at butikkjedene våre taper 20 milliarder kroner hvert eneste år. Vi alle kunne fått 4.000 kroner i lommeboka hvis vi var flinkere til å ikke kaste så mye mat. Men vi har ikke trengt å måtte være så tøffe på innkjøp at vi har klart å spare de pengene.
France has already introduced a food waste law. Now the Future in Our Hands wants the politicians to adopt this law in Norway.
Vi mener vi trenger en utredning på matkastelov fordi det kan være et av viktige tiltak for å få ned matsvinn i Norge.
I think that it will help turn the whole process around and make stores buy less than they need instead of more.
But not everyone is convinced that a law will solve the problem.
I'm not quite sure about that. I really don't know. I think to some degree a law would perhaps send some strong signals. But at the same time, personally, as a consumer, I would say that voluntary agreement between the industry and the government is probably saying a bit more, that retailers and producers are voluntarily wanting to reduce food waste is perhaps stronger than a law.
After all, people seem quite confident on their own resource for reducing food wastage.
I use milk in different mixes, for example for pancakes, if I think it's turning bad. And also I just remember one thing, I try to buy less food and plan all my cooking.
I buy cheaper food with another date, and I use them use the food that's overdated, or what you call it.
If we started to rely more on our senses, on smell, taste, and just simply looking at the products instead of just looking at the date labeling and throwing it away, we would probably also reduce our food waste quite a lot, because 42% of the food waste occurring at the consumer stage is directly linked to food labeling.
So I will say I'm quite stupid when it comes to throwing away food. I just throwing it away.
I don't want to throw it, and if I throw it, I do it in the food garbage.